doctor, I'm damaged. There's a pain where there once was a heart. It's sleeping.
6:35. Awake with Jake. You hear that music? It means one thing. It means two things. But in this case, it means it's time for Dr. Bob. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Good morning, Jake. I want to let the listeners know that patient with plague that acquired it in Crook County, that's Crook County, that's not Cook County. There's actually a Crook County, and it's on the other side of the nation. So all us Cook County residents don't need to worry about catching plague from cats like this guy did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was befriending a stray cat and trying to take a dead rodent out of the mouth of the cat. The cat bit him, and then the cat later died, and he's quite sick in a hospital right now. But throughout the United States, usually in the Four Corners area, people do get plague. There's probably half a dozen cases a year. This is unusual, but plague's a bad thing, as we remember from medieval history.
I'm looking at a big story this morning. You know, we've talked about drug shortages in the past.
Yeah.
Prescription drugs. Now they're saying it's the FDA's fault.
Regulation. It's more important than location. Yeah, they're going in and sending letters in, threatening to seize, to impound, to close down factories if certain little small idiosyncrasies aren't done, or potential variations that could lead to product contamination or whatever. And it's quite amazing. They do this, and then they set up this early warning system to let people know ahead of time if there's going to be shortages, which really have no bearing or effect on relieving shortages. It just lets you know early on that you're going to run out of this material in 3 months, instead of you finding out the day before.
Yeah, so the government's getting the blame for that.
Well, Obama shouldn't get the blame for that because he's got nothing to do with all the regulations and everything.
Well, it's Bush's fault.
It is, and what we need is more illegal immigrants to work in the factories, the FDA-inspected factories.
Oh, there you go.
Then things will be better.
Now, I was just reading something about, Father's Day tomorrow and what to get Dad, and they say beer is good because beer is kind of like an anti-cancer thing.
Well, one of the things about beer that you should always remember, Jake, is that you never buy it; you only rent it.
Well, I could have said that. I was expecting something more from you on this whole subject.
Well, beer is actually a good thing. Studies have shown that one beer a day can actually help decrease heart disease. It's similar to the studies that show that wine can help decrease heart disease. Wine has a little bit different effect than beer does. However, beer can cause dehydration if you drink too much of it. There's actually a chemical in it that inhibits a chemical that your body normally makes that causes you to retain fluid, and so your body's normal control over fluid status goes away, and that's why you pee so much when you're taking beer. I don't call it a natural diuretic, but it's kind of what it is. But beer does have calories in it. If someone's diabetic, beer can provoke the blood sugars to go up, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Now, red meat is good.
Big slab of meat. Jake? What does every man want for Father's Day?
Meat. Big steak.
Right. Yeah. So, nice big porterhouse steak done on the grill. Something that maybe slipped under the radar about overall health is the World Health Organization this past week took diesel exhaust from a potential carcinogen or potential cancer causer up to a certain cancer causer, and it joins the ranks with things like asbestos and benzene and believe it or not, alcohol. We do know that increased alcohol intake can increase the risk of breast cancer, but another cause of cancer can be the blackened areas of meat when you grill it. And actually grilling meat and poultry and such actually can increase the risk of cancer because of...
Why are you trying to rain on my parade?
I just wanted to... I wanted to talk about diesel smoke. So the next thing that's going to happen with diesel is that probably, the Obama administration, God bless them, trying to protect us and everything like that, because diesel smoke is now a certain carcinogen, they're probably going to go after truckers and trucking and shut the trucking industry down until they switch from diesel to some other form of energy for their trucks.
Wind turbine.
The wind turbines are very effective when they're on high speed moving trucks. Yeah. There's no question. Once you push that truck fast enough to get the truck going, the wind turbines are very effective.
Now, how much water is too much water to drink before water kills you? My tongue's in my cheek here because the other day, I know New York is doing this thing about the 16-ounce soda and stuff.
Yeah.
And I joked about when I was talking about that a few weeks ago. I talked about milk and all that stuff, milkshakes and all. Now I read they want to crack down on milk and popcorn.
You're absolutely correct about water. Too much water can kill you. It can screw up your electrolytes, and we do have people that have something called psychogenic polydipsia, where because of aberrant or unusual thought patterns, all they want to do is drink water, and when the taps are shut off, they'll drink it out of a toilet bowl.
So what do we do? Put a limit on the amount of water you can drink?
Well,
16 ounce can't have more than a 16-ounce glass of water?
It's a great opportunity for you and me, Jake. I got a business proposal for you.
Oh, I'm always looking for a good business proposal.
What do you say we make an app, okay? And on the app, we can put on there how much of whatever you normally want to eat, how much is allowed by law, and how much is allowed by regulation. So, like water, no more than 4 8-ounce glasses a day. Soda, no more than 1 12-ounce can a day, preferably one with diet stuff. But too much diet can cause you to have a stroke. Water, we talked about that. You don't want to have too much milk because milk can hurt you. How
can milk hurt you? Unless the cow sits on your face and just crushes you to death. How could milk hurt you?
Speaking about the cows, do you know what one of the leaders of Cambodia said to us? Said to the leaders.
Wait a minute, is this going to be a joke?
No, it's true, but it's kind of funny. He says we have 1 million landmines. This Cambodian prime minister, he calls up the prime minister in England, and he said, "This is very true." He goes, "We have 1 million landmines in our country. You have 1 million cows with mad cow disease. Why don't you send them over here and we'll clean up the landmines?" But I guess it wasn't funny. Okay, I take it back. You can edit that out, right?
No, but I can edit you out.
You can. What was the question you were asking me? Milk.
About cow? Yeah, milk. How much milk? Why could cows are? I know the cows with the methane gas, but I mean milk. How could milk be harmful to you? It's the mother's milk.
The mother of a cow.
Yeah.
The mother of a small cow.
It gives you nourishment. Is there such a thing as too much nourishment?
Well, milk does have certain fats in it, and. There's a time when milk. I mean, cow milk is different than human milk. Okay, cow milk has more milk fat in it and stuff, but the fats. They've actually looked at autopsy specimens of young children who have died and found that some young children in our society are actually forming plaque in their coronary arteries and such, and it's been thought that the plaque formation is due to high fat content of their food, and kids do need some fat, but believe it or not, whole fat milk can be bad because of fat, especially if you have inborn errors where you're actually to make more cholesterol.
He's killing me. You're killing me here.
And then skim milk is relatively high in sodium. And so I'll be honest with you. No matter what you look at, it can be bad for you.
And you know what? And one day we're all going to die.
Too much sex can be bad for you too. I mean, I know you haven't heard that yet, but you heard it here first. and other things.
I hate to even bring this up to you, but I have this little item, and I'm just going to mention it because I know you believe in practicing safe sex, correct?
Well, in my profession, we call it safe first.
Yeah, you pull the car over to the side of the road and park it, whatever. You talk about the economy being bad. People say, "Oh, things, whatever." You know what? And this is a true story. I saw this as a true story. For $68, you can buy yourself an official Louis Vuitton. Guess what?
Condom carrying case.
A condom. $68.
Oh, did he sign it?
No. Who would spend $68? Who would want a designer condom? There must be a need because this guy designed it. They're making it.
There's lots of people that are just out there wanting to show off, Jake. I mean, if you got one of those 4-hour erections, you might want to slap one of these on there and show your friends.
I mean, on the weekend when you go down to the Viagra Triangle downtown, is that something a guy uses on a potential mate? Hey, guess what? I've got a $68 Louis Vuitton condom.
Or, hey, honey, you ever seen Louis Vuitton?
Yeah. Well, goodbye, Dr. Bob. Time to say goodbye.
Okay, well, have a great day.
How about you too?
Bye.
There he goes, Dr. Bob. Wow. $68 Louis Vuitton condom. I'm in the wrong business. I would produce a $34 Jake Hartford condom. Half the price. And where does he put the his logo and stuff? And where does he put the name on? Anyway, 6:47, back after this on 89 WLS.